Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Mm, Sorry, should have drank that right before I press record. Welcome, everyone. It's me, Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Sorry if you hear me. I'm adjusting the mic. Welcome to this live. If you're on YouTube, if you're on X, if you are on a podcast listening, and the podcast is, I think, everywhere, like Amazon, Spotify, iTunes. So, yeah, you can check this out if you are not checking this on YouTube. But today we have a lot to discuss. And I wasn't here Tuesday because I went out of town. I've been out of town for a few days, and it was exhausting. Flying kind of exhausts me, takes my energy away. But yes, so apologies for not being here because this is usually on Mondays. But today is Tuesday. Today is the 12th, and we are going to talk about the weekly transits. I'm going to talk about the First Lady of France. They said that she's a man. So there's that, and there's age. Biden also had something with the hearing of him losing his memory. That stuff came up. So we'll talk about that briefly. And of course, the weekly transits, we have that. I won't have time to do horoscopes, but I will post them, or maybe I'll do it tomorrow. And I'll try to move fast if I can. And then, first of all, I want to talk about me traveling, and Uranus in the sign Taurus was squaring Mars in the sign Aquarius. It started squaring March 9th. Anytime you have an aspect, you feel it longer than the actual day that is impacting you. You feel it before and after. And yes, and you're going to, as a collective, if you are feeling this like I am, you're going to be feeling this all the way until March. What else? The 19th. It's when it will be like 6 degrees separated from this aspect, and it's already kind of separating, but definitely felt it over the weekend. Uranus is the planet of abruptness and space and airplanes, also aloofness, cars, changes. And then we're talking about in a sign Taurus. So changes in our values, changes in our resources, changes in our material freedom. Also, Uranus represents freedom and rebellion, technology, unpredictability, and innovation. And if you have Uranus in Taurus, it represents innovation with art and beauty. Okay, so Mars is what it's squaring. And anytime you have a planet squaring, there's frustration, there's blockage, there's turning points, there is internal struggle and conflicts and tension. Okay. And the planet Mars, the themes for Mars could be rebellion, because you do have some war with Mars and conflict. So the square is like double, right? And unpredictable energy, you can have that because Mars is in the sign Aquarius. And but Mars is the planet of our energy and our assertion, our passion, our aggression, physical energy, our physical strength individually, right? But now you are talking about in the sign Aquarius, so you're dealing with a group. So the individual with the group. Also, Mars is our driving force in our pursuit of things. And in the sign Aquarius is our intellectual pursuit. Okay. And themes that are Aquarian, just because I like to teach. The Cancer in me likes to teach everything, and I want people to be independent of knowledge. So Aquarius themes could be astrology, aviator, airplanes, clubs, colleagues, also the lower legs. We'll get into that later. Aquarius also represents photography and motion pictures, just like Pisces as well, but also research, anything wireless, friendship, groups. Your faith is an Aquarius energy because it's the hopes and dreams, and also fireworks. What you think is Mars, but sometimes you have that spontaneous firework happening, and that is an Aquarius, okay, or Uranus. So now, what do you have when you have Uranus squaring Mars, which I've discussed this in the past, but I'm going to tell you what happened to me this weekend, I decided to take a trip. It was already pre-planned. It was planned for a while, and it was for my daughter's soccer team, which is Aquarius, a group. And there were a lot of unpredictable delays and travel issues, especially with technology and apps. Also, renting a car. It was very frustrating. It was a very long weekend. Each plane on the way up there and on the way back was delayed by hours. Good thing I was with my family and we all got along and we were tired. It was so exhausting. And yes, it was also like I find that my husband wasn't really planned on doing things. That's very frustrating for me because I love plan and organization. So, and he's normally like that. But because we had this aspect, I felt like he wasn't thriving well with planning, and he was just letting everything just go, well, let's chill, let's do whatever, and it was interesting because you also have that very stubbornness with Aquarius and it's very fixed. So but you had a lot of, for me, unexpected events and disruptions, a lot of that happening, and conflicts and tensions because of that. Now personally, I didn't have any about their group. I was flying with a group, so which is the Aquarius. So you have that. Now, one thing I did another workout, and I normally do the Peloton, and I do it with the bike. And this time I decided to run because I always run when I'm actually staying at a hotel. I always use the treadmill, or if they have like a running path, you can run around the city. I love doing that. So yeah, went running, and for some reason, this never happened to me. My shins were so sore. I mean, I've been sore running because it's not my normal exercise, which I also think Aquarius is about running too. Not my normal exercise, and my shins were so sore. I mean, I was trying to run in the airport, and that was just a hot mess. I couldn't. And then, too, they canceled the flight. And so we had to walk across a whole airport. And the Dallas airport is pretty large because we were in Dallas. And that was so, I mean, that was hard for me. It's crazy. I'm not old, but the shins, those muscles. Anyway, so just for you guys to know, that is what I experienced with this aspect. And you think it happens on that day that it's coming, but you can feel it for days. Okay, so let's talk about. That was just something that was currently happening to me. So, but now let's talk about the First Lady in France. Okay, I'm going to try to pull this up here, and let us see, is this it? This is not it. Okay, let me hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. Actually, I should click it. Here we go. Hold on one second. Still working on getting things right for with this technology, but it's okay. The more I use it, the more I practice. And I am doing this live, so everyone have patience with me. So this is what we have for the current event now.
Brigitte Macron. Okay, this is crazy. I'm talking crazy, 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 crazy. Stop everything. Pay attention. If you're driving, pull over. Just kidding. You don't have to pull over. You can keep driving, but you just prepare yourself for what is happening right now, allegedly.
I'm going to try to speed over it, but she is talking about the First Lady of France. And of course, First Lady of France is married to a guy, and she's saying there's an age difference here.
And he is just 46 years old. So already right there,
she's
you have
70
a
something.
24-year age gap between them. And at the very least, just looking into their love story, you're looking at what might be, because they change the age throughout the years, a story of pedophilia.
Okay, so that is what you think she's starting to talk about. And this is Candace Owens. Apologies to anyone who dislikes Candace Owens, but forget the messenger, even though I love Candace. Forget the messenger. Let's just listen to what she's saying here, okay?
Okay, so that's the background story. Nobody cares. Doesn't matter. It happened so long ago. Now she's the First Lady. We should celebrate her. No, some major update now happening. Major update. So let me tell you about how I happened upon this story. There was just an article that was published in the Daily Mail. Here is the headline. the proof France's first lady wasn't born a man. What? I was going, what? So I, of course, instantly read it, because what a bizarre thing that you're even needing to present proof that Brigitte Macron was not born a man.
Anyway, she goes on in this video. You should really watch it. It was really interesting. And I don't know anything about the president. I don't know what you call the leader of France, but I don't know anything about him. He does look young, so that was kind of different from what we have. But she basically says that there are two people who did research on this, journalists, and they also went to jail because they did research on this and tried to put this out. And she, the first lady, sued them or took them to court, and she got she won symbolically or something like that. Anyway, so currently right now you have this picture of who she says this is her. There's a family, and she's the girl, and this is her brother. There's a boy sitting next to a young boy in this family picture, and she looks just like the boy. And when they asked her for pictures of her her childhood, she showed a picture of her daughter. So basically and there's a lot of evidence from this video that the first lady of France is a man. I'm not saying it's a fact, okay? I'm just telling you what the evidence is pulling from the Candace Owens video, okay? I don't know if this is true. It is very interesting, and I do know, I don't know if you guys hear the rumors about Michelle Obama being a man. When I first heard that, I was very shooketh to my core. I'm laughing because there was a lot of jokes that night regarding that, and it was really, really funny. I was actually having a political party, so there was a lot of funniness, no alcohol, just a lot of jokes and everything. And the Bloods and the Crips were there, meaning the Democrats and Republicans. I am neither. So it was very interesting conversation. I love that. The Gemini in me loves, I'm a Venus in Gemini and a Mars in Gemini. So I love the banter. I love the debate, and I love a discussion, especially in politics or something new. Anyway, so back to this. First Lady of France could be a man. And there's no pictures of her. There's no pictures of her brother who's in that picture, or any video, or they can't find a brother. Also, the First Lady of France says she was once married and had 3 kids. Apparently, they can't find the husband. I don't know about the 3 kids, but the husband, the ex-husband, he's nowhere. And then every time they try to show a picture of the husband, it's accidentally someone else. Very interesting story. Okay. Anyway, so I just want to go over the astrology of this, and let me actually pull up the chart here so you guys can see what we have currently going on in the sky, the vibe in the sky right now. And 1 second. Oh, wait. Look at me. There we go. Trying to adjust. Okay, so what you have here is that, first of all, I'm like, let me close some of these windows. Sorry, I want to clean up my desktop while I'm doing this. Okay, so what we have here is currently, is this now? Yeah, okay. So then this is the 12th, right? And Aquarius is in the sign Pluto. And I'm thinking this is a big doozy here. And when you have Aquarius in Pluto, Pluto is going to dig up the deep, dark, dirty closets. Skeletons in the closet is basically what Pluto is, right? And a sign Aquarius, Aquarius is very different. It's like surprise, something unique also. And so it's like there's some secrets that are very different from what we're used to are popping up. A woman being a man is also, I will look for a Scorpio because that represents transgender. And Pluto does represent sex and also represents transformation. So the transgender aspect. So usually I look for Scorpio or Pluto. In this case, Pluto is what I'm looking at. And I will look at his or her chart. The first lady, I don't know her name. I will look at her chart to see if this is possible. But, you know, I don't even know if the chart exists, if they're lying about their gender, if that's the case. Anyway, woman being a man, I would say that represents Pluto. And Pluto in Aquarius is going to represent something different, right? Hold on, let me have a sip of water. Apologies for clearing my throat. Okay, so Pluto in Aquarius is also in 1 degree. The degrees matter as well. And that first degree is representing Aries, and Aries, an Aries degree represents leadership. So you have a leader, the first lady of France here, and you have some secrets being dug up. And then you see here is in this first decan of Uranus here, which is also very different and unique. Pluto is associated with power and control. So some hidden agendas are coming out because this is also connecting to some other aspects of politics here, saying that there is a theme of people being controlled because they know their secrets, right? So not only is this person supposedly a pedophile because of the age difference, and they're saying that she's lying about her age, and like she's grooming this man, but also there could be some like puppeteering happening, some power and control issues happening from the people who are higher up. And who are these people? I don't know. They're magically could be someone who my husband has his theories, but I don't know. And they're having control because they have the secrets. They hold the secrets that the people have. Now, also Pluto and Aquarius can represent a collective awakening. Okay, Aquarius is the sign for the collective, and Pluto influences can signify a collective awakening or a shift in consciousness. People may become more aware of certain issues, and there is a constant consistency on the powers that be and how they are controlling people, how they are controlling celebrities or people who are on the stage, which that Pluto in Aquarius puts a lot of focus on that Leo, that opposite sign, which I've discussed several times. So we have this, and that's what happened when Pluto's went in sign of Capricorn. We had a lot of things dealing with Cancer, which represents the home, and people were staying at home, social distancing from the home, staying at home for all the COVID reasons. So when you have Pluto in Aquarius, you get that. So a collective awakening. Also, Aquarius is known for unconventional things and something that's different. And this, trust me, is different. Now, Mars was also in a sign Aquarius, and Mars is your energy. It's your sex drive. It represents your sex and how you achieve things. So that's interesting that would come up. Venus is also in a sign Aquarius at this time when this came out, because Venus is now in Pisces. But at the time when this news was coming out, before when I saw this video originally, and you do have that the beauty and aesthetics, the image of someone, right, being very different. Surprise. Because it was a surprise. Sun in Pisces. Anything in Pisces is going to represent some type of secret, every kind of secret, any type of investigation, or people who are very secretive. All that happens. So I'm very interested to know what's going to else happen with this Pisces energy. Now, Mercury already left Pisces, so the investigative of this part already left Pisces, but the stuff has to come out. And it will come out. Mercury is in the sign Aries, right? And it will be like new announcements, especially announcements on leadership, because remember, that represents leadership. So very interesting. That's what we have. Also, I wanted to talk about Biden real quick. Let me see if I can connect his chart here. And I'm going to see what we have currently. Okay, so actually, let me take some stuff off so we won't be distracted. Okay, so here we have this chart, and this is Biden's chart here. And I want to talk about Biden. He has, well, actually, let me see if I can show it. Hold on 1 second. Let me remove this. What am I doing? Stop screen share. I just had a frozen moment here, and let me show you this article of Biden before I show you takeaways from Robert Hur's testimony on Biden's mishandling of classified documents. And let me read my notes before I actually read everything on here. Former special counsel HR appeared before Congress on Tuesday, which was today, to explain his investigation into President Joe Biden's handling of the classified documents. Hur won't exonerate Biden, but won't call him senile either. Herb described Biden as well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory in his past report. And today he spoke up and he's saying he's not going to like charge him or anything. Herb tried his best to stick to what was in the report, even as he was pushed to go further, either to criticize Biden or to declare his innocence. Okay. Basically, he's like, I'm not going to press any charges. I don't know who her is, but I do want to talk about Biden because this article made me think of it. And I wanted to talk about his chart real quick. And so we can know, I probably am going to have to do this a lot because we are talking about Biden and okay. Anyway, so let me see. I have some notes here on Biden and his chart. Okay, Pluto again. That Pluto in Aquarius. Okay, that Pluto in Aquarius is in his third house, right? And remember, it's in that first degree, and that first degree can represent Aries. It represents Aries, and it can represent struggle, war, can indicate some abuse or labor, leadership, and some beginnings, right? And you have Pluto in his third house, and it's squaring here his moon, but we'll get into that in his moon in the sign Taurus. But there's deep transformation just in this placement alone. Deep transformation in communication, because that's what that third house represents. There's power struggles in communication. There's transformation in his immediate environment too, because this represents your community, not necessarily the home, but your environment. Deep research and investigation also can be representative here. Pluto and Aquarius squaring that moon. There's some changes happening far as his security. And it's in 1 degree, but this is going to last for some time here because let's see, until it hits 6 degrees. And this is, oh, see, in the retrograde, it goes back. And then he's going to have it come back up again. He's going to have it come back up around, 2025. Yeah. So again, next year, but yeah, all this, and it's going to affect his moon again. It's just not going to be good for him, right? Control issues, releasing attachments, things that he's attached to, because this is like your safety. Also, this could be like what you're insecure about, and it's squaring. Squaring is the tension, the conflict. And there's something that has to be changed. Okay. So he has that. And the Pluto is just on the edge here, and it's tithering. I don't know why I left at that word. But it's going back and forth over there. And it's also, right, it's trining that Uranus here, not yet 2 degrees, but it's trining Uranus, and that's giving him some positive things, like with his relationships and even with his enemies. But it is squaring that. Oh, no, not that. The Mars. Maybe I need to go back. Mars, and where is Mars here? Oh, no. Let me go back, actually. Where are we? What month is this? April. Mars right here is squaring Mercury in Scorpio. So the Mars currently in the sky, the Mars in Aquarius, 22 degrees, is squaring his Mercury in Scorpio. So this is also dealing with some intellect, because Mercury is also like the third house. It's Gemini. It's your thought process, and that's squaring. So you have some conflict with your intellect and communication challenges happening. Also, he could be very impulsive with his speech. We already know he could do that, and conflict and tension. So the thinking process is no bueno right now. So he shouldn't be speaking. I know he just had the speech. I forgot the big speech, what it's called, but he just had that, and I should have looked that up. But I hear he didn't do bad, but I heard he did bad. If that makes any sense for anyone. I think it was expected for him to um be like lethargic. I don't know the word. I think it was expected for him not to do best because he's getting older. We all know he's older. And all that Pisces energy is representing older. And then look, you have Jupiter in the sign Taurus. All of this is very expensive, his body and his resources. Let me see what else we have for age. Usually I would think Saturn. Oh, and look, it's squaring. Venus is squaring his Saturn. So, that's no bueno. 1, 2, 3. What else do we have here? His Saturn is his old age of communicating and relationships, but Saturn in Pisces, yeah, like the age here for him in that fourth house of safety, it's no good. Anyway, yes, okay, father time is what Saturn represents, but yeah, that's what we have for Biden for today. We will get into Biden a little bit more, but let's talk about the current events, the vibe in the sky. And let me see, let's go into today, right? And we have Venus that entered Pisces, and Venus entered Pisces yesterday at 2:50 p.m. And I probably discussed this last week, but Venus, first of all, is it's exhausted in the sign Pisces. And it just means that it expresses qualities in a very harmonious and effective way. And Venus themes with any sign is representing our pleasure, joy, our values, our finances, beauty, aesthetics, creativity, inspiration, socializing, attraction, what we naturally attract. It also represents balance and harmony, love, and relationships. More things, but that's in a nutshell. Now, Pisces alone, the zodiac sign, represents compassion, creativity, imagination, spirituality, mysticism, sensitivity, vulnerability, escapism, fantasy, adaptability, sacrifice, flexibility, healing. I said compassion, service to others. Also like sacrificing, mystery, hidden, unknown, and oneness. So positive themes for this could be embracing love, endless devotion, selflessness. Very helpful, very tender, very affectionate. Venus and Pisces. Very sensitive. Sacrificing yourself, longing for what the fathomless. There's no boundaries, divine love, losing oneself and wishful thinking and illusions is the bad part. Difficulty in setting some boundaries and borders is a bad part as well. Easily exploited, falling for illusions, being very deceptive, deceit, always a victim, someone lost in the dreams. Also, you get with Venus and Pisces. So you get the romantic and dreaming, but you could be lost in it. So the positive side is it's romantic, but you don't want to go too far off. You could be compassionate, empathetic, but are you falling for the wrong person? Artistic inspiration, and usually things get a little convoluted because you're so creative and so artistic and so imaginative that the world is beyond really comprehension, even though that's more Mercury energy. But far as the aesthetic, it could probably go too far. Idealism and relationship, this transit can bring a sense of idealism into our relationships, making us more inclined to see the best in others and overlooking their flaws. A lot of escapism as far as parties, and we'll get into St. Patrick's Day in a minute. Overly sensitive, illusions in relationships, boundary issues, and healing and forgiveness is what you get. Pisces is a sign associated with healing and forgiveness, and Venus can facilitate healing in relationships and bring a sense of peace. How do you say it? Consoling, not consoling. Okay, I can't think of the word, but reconciliation. Okay, now be careful of the boundaries, because remember we have Saturn in Pisces and Venus in Pisces is going to touch all that. And then let me see over here. We have Saturn in Pisces, we have Neptune in Pisces, and Venus is going to connect with all of those. It's already getting close, okay, with the Saturn. So we'll get involved in that, but just be aware of that. That could be dealing with some the boundaries not being seen far as who you're socializing with. So get ready for that. And then when we get into Neptune and Venus, really probably falling in love with escaping, and really having your senses more into drugs or alcohol. So be aware of that when it comes up. Now, on the 12th, which is that today? Yes. On the 12th, Moon will enter into Taurus. Where is my Moon? Here. Oh, it's not in there yet, but it will be. Actually, let me change the day here. So Moon will enter into the sign Taurus, the good and the bad and the beautiful and the ugly. Okay. Is that the first of all, the Moon represents our emotions. It is the planet that represents our intuition, our sensitivity, also creativity, because it's water energy. It's home, family, mother, our safety, our comfort, women, imagination, dreams. Could be very moody, could be very emotional. There's instability because it's constantly moving. There's fear and anxiety. You could be overwhelmed. There's repression, projection, because you're dealing with your emotions and you could be projecting on others. Childhood. Also, the Moon represents rules over asthma and allergies, boat and water. It deals with our common sense and our subconscious and consciousness, right? So there's emotional stability when we have Taurus. There's sensuality and pleasure. We're going to want to have that, especially within our home. Practicality and routine, because it is an earth sign. It wants to be very practical, especially when you're dealing with the home or dealing with women, or you're dealing with things that are dealing with childhood or something with water. Okay. Patience and determination. Taurus is known for being patient, and it's a good time for setting long-term goals and steadily working towards them. Now, on a negative aspect, on our negative side, the bad and the ugly, is that you can overindulge, especially when Moon enters Taurus. I want cookies. I want donuts. I want a warm blanket. I want great music, and I don't want to do anything. So you do have that stubbornness and resistance to change. Connection to nature. You can have that. Materialism, huge. Shopping. I suffer from that. Okay. Laziness and rigidness. Okay. I actually suffer from overspending because my rising sign is a Sagittarius, and the ruler for Sagittarius is Jupiter. And what sign is it in right now? It's in a sign Taurus. And if you know astrology, you know that's really about buying luxury items, because Venus, Taurus is all the things that I was just saying. So you have the overindulgence and materialism, and Jupiter expands that to the utmost. But I'm working on that, and it's soon going to go into Gemini, and I can't wait, because you know that Mars and Venus and Gemini that I have will work great with that. Just a lot of extra talking. Get ready for 3-hour videos when Jupiter enters Taurus. Anyway, speaking of Gemini, March 14th, the Moon will enter Gemini 8:15. We will be very inquisitive when we have this Moon in Gemini. Bookworm. I usually love to read a book under a Moon in Gemini. Restlessness. Spirited, smart, curious, interested in everything, reading a lot. Very critical, distant on the emotional level, because the Moon represents our emotions. Emotionally, like more on the superficial side. Doesn't want to go deep, like a Scorpio energy. Carefree, playful, extroverted, charming, very social, very sunny energy, very creative, very reliable. Very active too. Venus and Gemini. I do a lot of research. I learn a lot under not a Venus and Gemini, under a Moon in Gemini. Exchanging ideas, arguing, gossiping, discussing. A lot of could be conflicts via text, conflicts via email, things that you think like Mercury retrograde, but now you're adding your emotions to that. So be aware that skeptical rather than gullible. Feelings of analyzed, questioned. Feelings are analyzed, they are questioned, they are explored, and then you straighten them out. So I do like that aspect of Moon in Gemini, and wanting to know what's new and learning, right? So being very adaptable, indecisive also, and scattered energy you get with this. And be aware of gossip and rumors. Just be aware of talking too much, says the Mars and Gemini person, me. Also, there's a lot of tricks and pranks. So if you have a trickster in the house, or a female prankster, I have a cousin who's a Gemini, and she loves to play pranks. So Gemini definitely represents that. Okay, let's talk about the 17th of March. We don't have much action for as astrology going on this week. So I do want to talk about St. Patrick's Day, which is on the 17th. And I want to explain why St. Patrick's Day is connected to astrology. St. Patrick's Day, the patron saint of Ireland, while is actually, let me just focus on this. Sorry, I'm changing for you guys watching. I'm changing the screen. While it's now a global celebration of Irish culture and heritage, the holiday has its roots in the early Christian church in Ireland. St. Patrick, originally from Roman Britain, was kidnapped and taken into Ireland as a slave. During his captivity, he converted to Christianity and eventually escaped back to Britain. After becoming a priest, he returned to Ireland as a missionary to convert the pagan Irish to Christianity. Saint Patrick is that he used the three-leaf shamrock that we know as that three-leaf clover to explain the concept of the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit to Irish people. The date of that's why the shamrock has become a symbol of St. Patrick's Day. And the date of March 17th is also considered to be the date that St. Patrick died. The holiday was originally observed as a religious holiday, feast day in Ireland, with church services and feasting all day. So how do we connect this to astrology? I find that when you look at the holidays, they are definitely connected to astrology, and the sun being in that sign, and the sun is currently in the sign Pisces, is towards the end. We will be next week going into Aries season, but we're talking about Pisces. And when the sun is in Pisces, we are dealing with the holidays as a collective. And Pisces represents slaves, and it represents captivity. It represents religion, spirituality, also represents the death and the ending, because Pisces is the last zodiac sign in astrology. So it does represent that ending of time, right? Pisces also represents escapism, which I was saying earlier. And St. Patrick's Day, people drink a lot of alcohol and they get stupid drunk. Actually, it could be unsafe out there with driving. Green could be associated with Pisces. It's associated with other zodiac signs, but Pisces, especially that green, the sea green, is definitely Pisces. Pisces is also a sign associated with celebrations and festivities, because you are talking about oneness, you're talking about the group. So St. Patrick's Day could be particularly enjoyable and festive. So, but that is how you can connect that St. Patrick's Day to Pisces. Now, when I do everything astrology, I've done all the signs. I haven't done Aquarius and Capricorn, but I've done all the other signs, and I talk about the holidays in those videos. So go ahead and check those out, and I hopefully put them on a podcast. I've been starting to put some of those on a podcast. Now, that same day on the 17th, we have the moon, and it's going to enter Cancer at 2:40 a.m. You're going to be sensitive. You could be like childlike, shy, dreamy, imaginative, very nurturing, devoted. You could be protective, considerate, warm-hearted. It's about love. It's about children. It's about motherly. It's about protecting the family, letting go emotionally, romantic. You could be gentle. You could be tender, affectionate, adaptable, careful, hesitant. Also, there's a lot of entertainment, especially entertainment at home. Could be sensitive yet moody, vibrant, spiritual, very family orientated energy, which I talked about, protective of the family. Security, lacking. Also, that moon represents what you lack. Self-reliant, easily insulted, and clinginess. Okay. Also, there's intuition and psychic abilities. Great time for tarot reading when you have a moon in Cancer or any water sign. So moon in Cancer, moon in Scorpio, moon in Pisces, especially in all the water signs. Okay. Security and comfort. I talked about overly emotional responses. Avoidance of conflict. Cancer is a sign that prefers harmony and peace. So during this transit, we may be more inclined to avoid any conflict, even though you have that moodiness. Also, there's emotional eating with Cancer. I am also a homebody under the moon in Cancer, just so you can know what it looks like with me. But I'm also a sun Cancer. So You do have that probably happening when it's conjunct my moon. Now, also the same day, you have the sun in a cazimi of Neptune. Let me have a sip of my water. This is actually the big transit of the week. It's happening in 17 degrees. Oh, let me show it actually. Oh, wait. So you have here the sun is going to be in cazimi. Cazimi means in the heart. That Neptune is in the heart of the sun. It's right on top of each other. Okay. Cazimi means that sun and Neptune are very close conjunction. Within 17 minutes of each other. Cazimi can intensify the negative qualities of the planets, amplifies the qualities of the planets, and brings its benefits to the forefront. So when you have a conjunction, and that means that when they're together and they're hugging, the energies are one and they could be amplified. But when you have a cazimi, it's amplified both in a huge way. It influences, it's thought to be especially potent and focused, a strong alignment between the conscious self, which is the sun, and then you have the planet of spirituality and imagination and illusion, okay? And everything that I mentioned about Pisces is also with this Neptune energy. Sun is in Pisces in conjunct Neptune. It creates a powerful, dreamy combination, and it affects our emotions, our intuition, and again, that spirituality. There could be confusion, there could be delusion. If we are not grounded enough in our reality, we could really be falling for things that we shouldn't be falling for, like false prophets kind of thing, right? We are more sensitive towards people. We can feel them intuitively without even talking. Also, you could be interested in occult and spiritual activities, more concerned about the deeper truth and what's hidden beyond the appearance. Inability to cope with the world psychologically is what you can have with this, and you may be wanting to flee the world and have a private life with this transit. And remember, this can last for a few days. Avoid taking drugs with this cazimi. Okay, anytime you have Mercury and the sun conjunct, avoid taking drugs, avoid taking alcohol under this transit, because you may lose some control and your body will be more sensitive than usual because it's more sensitive anyway. You may react badly to drugs. You may be reacting bad to any prescription drugs. Allergies also can kick up with this transit. There's a spiritual awakening, psychic abilities, imagination, and creativity. All is more focused and heightened. Compassion, empathy, sensitivity, and vulnerability, idealism and dreams, confusion and illusions, which I said earlier, and escapism, being oversensitive, lack of boundaries. Be aware of the lack of boundaries, addictions and escapism and disillusionment. Okay. Yes. So be aware of that coming up. And let me see. You can already start to feel that. And it also makes me think, yeah, let me see. 5, 6. Yeah, we already start to feel that from the 11th, which was yesterday. And I would think that means a lot of rumors. Hence that story that I said earlier. So be aware of that. But it also represents secrets, boy. That sun could be highlighting a lot of secrets. Everything that I said about Pisces, I'm clapping. Everything that I said about Pisces in this video is what can represent that sun shining a light on it. Okay. So highlighting the secrets and what's hidden also could be happening for the collective and the news in the world. Okay. And especially with that Mercury in Aries, we could be feeling something new, hearing something new regarding these secrets here. Okay. Also on the 18th, we have Mercury is going to conjunct the North Node. Is it the North Node? Yes, it's conjunct the North Node in 15 degrees. That's a Gemini degree, and it's opposing the South Node. Now, Gemini degree is about communication. It's about phones, televisions, books, siblings, your neighborhood. Mercury, again, is about all those things too, because it's the ruler of Gemini, flexibility, curiosity, business, trade, and commerce. I didn't say that. Usefulness, anything dealing with any type of writing or communication across the board. Networking too. Now, the North Node is our karmic lessons, and it's about our growth, our evolution, embracing the unknown because you're doing something new, stepping into a leadership kind of energy, balancing between the north and the south. Okay. And North Node is in the sign Aries. Aries is all about new beginnings, personal growth. It's about courage, bravery, the self, being impulsive, being competitive, spontaneous, and it's a lot of energy. Okay. So when you have it conjuncting the North Node, and we'll talk about the opposing the South Node in a minute, but when you have it conjuncting, there's new ideas and new perspective on the 18th, and communication skills is going to be positive and makes you more assertive and direct. Be careful of arguments, though, when trying to pursue this life purpose in life. There could be, yeah, because it's conjunct, it's just merging. So that's good and bad, right? There's taking action, there's self-expression, there's leadership and independence. Now, at the same time, when you are thinking of the self and you're thinking of one, the first new beginnings, you have all that happening, and it's opposing that South Node in the sign Libra. And the South Node is our comfort zone. It's our repetitive patterns. It's things that we need to let go in order to have the North Node, and it's in the sign Libra. And Libra represents harmony. It represents relationships, partnerships, open enemies. What else? Aesthetics. Also is very indecisive, and charm, grace, and being socially cooperative, and being passive, right? Sometimes passive aggressive. So it has that energy. And when you have it in Mercury opposing, then you can have some communication challenges. Mercury in Aries is assertive and direct, while the North Node in Libra may indicate a tendency to prioritize harmony and avoiding conflict. The opposition can bring a challenge in expressing oneself clearly without causing tension in a relationship. So you have this being really, you want to be boastful, or you may have that, and it may come out passive aggressive, the communication. Balancing the independence between the interdependence, assertiveness, and compromising, revisiting your past relationship patterns, because you have that South Node in relationships, and dealing with yourself. Finding your voice also is what you get with this, and learning from past mistakes. Okay. So that is what we have. And remember, definitely going to be dealing with communication, because we are dealing with Gemini degree. Okay. Next week, we have Aries season. We have spring equinox. This is a time that you do your mood boards. This is a time that you set some goals and set some intentions for goals. I will discuss all that on Monday. Mars enters Pisces next week. And then the week after that, on the 25th, we have a lunar eclipse in Libra, just so you can know. Okay. Let me talk about the horoscopes real quick. Let me see if I can do it real quick. What time is it? Yeah, okay. We're going to do it real quick, you guys. And Pisces, Venus is going to enter your first house, and you may feel more compassionate and empathetic towards yourself. It's a time to focus on self-love and self-care. Now that Cazimi is also in the first house, so this placement can enhance your sense of self-identity, and it's going to shine a light on that or some type of deceptions dealing with your identity. But you may also be prone to self-delusion or escapism. You may be highly imaginative and creative, but it's important to stay grounded in reality. Okay. Let me pull a card for you guys. It's almost dinner time, so I need to also think about dinner. Yeah, so we have a lack of 5 in Pentacles. This is a lack of energy. Do not think in lack. Let me see, especially when it comes to your identity and yourself. Do not think Pisces could represent that lack, right? And feeling insecure. And that's going to probably come up when your aesthetics and with yourself and your body. Be aware of that. And what could you do with that lack? You have the 10 of, you can make change, because there's going to be change coming your way, a new journey, especially when it comes to your words and your language. Someone could be hurting you and stabbing you in your back, but you need to know, have faith, and think about the future, because this journey is going to end. Okay. That's what we have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Aries, Venus is going to be in your 12th house. You may feel a deep sense of compassion and empathy towards others. With this transit, it's a favorable time to have introspection. When Venus is in my 12th house, I want to be alone. I don't want to deal with anyone. Neptune is going to have that Kanzimi in that 12th house too. So this placement can influence your subconscious mind and your spiritual development, leading you to a heightened intuition and psychic abilities. You may be drawn to meditation, yoga, or some type of spiritual practice. It's going to be opposing your descendant. So a lot of decisions that Mercury is going to be deposing that. So be aware of that. And that Mercury is going to be strong with you, Aries, if it's opposing your relationships. So be aware of that with this. Okay. We have the first card. A few cards came out, and I guess I'll just say what they have. The King of Pentacles for you, Aries. And the King of Pentacles is saying that you have to be financially stable. So whatever is going on while there's solitude, you need to be grounded. Don't be too your head in the clouds. We have the Ten of Brooms. There's a lot of load that you have to carry with this energy. It feels heavy, and it could be heavy with that Venus there. There's a lot that you have to juggle, and you have to multitask. Also financially, there's a lot of there's 2 pentacle cards. So there's a lot of things dealing with your body and your finances or your resources. Ooh, and this is a time to rest. Okay, take some time, join the blissfulness of things. And that was the 9 of Pentacles. And then we have the 7 of Pentacles. You're fighting some haters too. So be aware that you're probably fighting some demons here, and fight those demons. Everything will be okay, Aries, because you are Aries. I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, Taurus, let's see what you guys have. You have the Venus in the 11th house. Your social circle may expand with this. You may find yourself drawn to groups and organizations, and that shares the same values as you. This is a favorable time for forming new friends and connections. You have that Kazemi there too, so it's going to really enhance something with your faith. Your spirituality, also with groups as well. You may be more received. What is this? No, you may also be prone to idealize your friends and social group. You may be interested in a social cause or charitable work. Also could be dealing with technology of some sort, something that's dealing with the future. Yeah, this is big for you guys. We have the Emperor for you, also representing the Aries. So something new could be happening your way, something starting. The Emperor is also the father figure. He's going to bring structure and boundaries. So maybe bring some structure and boundaries when it comes to some groups, okay? You want to have them, but be aware of the boundaries with that Venus and Pisces, okay? I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, Taurus. No, not Taurus. Sorry, Gemini. My apologies. Venus is going to be in your 10th house. It's the house of professionalism, right? So you may enhance that with this transit, especially if your work involves creativity or compassion. This is a favorable time for you to gain recognition and success in your career. You may be decorating your office too, right? Career and public image, huge, because it's going to conjunct that MC and highlight your career and public image. This could be a favorable time for a career advancement. Because Venus brings that charm. It brings harmony. You'll be very diplomatic with your professional life. You may receive recognition for your talents. Now it's going to be opposing that IC, and that's that home base there. So be aware of that, because that's representing your roots in your home and your family life. So when you're doing great at your career, you could be struggling socially or with love when it comes to your relationships with your home. Okay. So just be aware that the Kazemi is also happening in that 10th house of career. So possibly leading to idealistic, unrealistic ambitions. You may be drawn to career in art, spirituality, and healing professions. You also have the Emperor, and that is Aries. So new things starting, also father figure, and being very courageous is what you're going to need. And what else do we have here? We have the King of Cups. Yeah. So new things when it comes to your intuition, new things when it comes to spirituality is really going to affect you. So really tap in internally. The King of Cups also represents relationships. So there could be something with relationships, maybe with relationships with a worker, and it could be causing a conflict at home. So be aware of that. And not going to tell you what to do with that. You need to work on that yourself. Practice and boundaries is what you do with that. Okay. See you guys next time. Bye. Okay. Cancer, Venus in Pisces in the 9th house. You may feel a deep spiritual connection to the world around you. This is a favorable time for exploring your beliefs and philosophies and expanding your horizons when it comes to travel and education. That Cazimi is also happening in the 9th house. So it can enhance your spirituality when it comes to philosophical work or your philosophical outlook. May also be prone to spiritual or religious fantasies. Culturally, maybe like into something culturally, spiritually, like I'm an American and maybe I'm studying Hinduism or something like that. You may be interested in exploring different cultures and belief systems. When Neptune is in the Cazimi, it's going to conjunct your IC, and it's going to oppose your IC, and it's going to conjunct your MC. The IC is the home base, the MC is your career, and it could bring a transformation in your professional life, right? So you can have imagination and creativity and spirituality awakening when it comes to your career. Now with your home, there could be some illusions and some confusions. Career, public image, big. Emotionally sensitive, we have for you Cancers who are emotional anyway. Let me see what we have here, and you guys don't conjunct the MC. Big with the career. Let me actually look up your chart. Actually, oops, we're at Cancer. Hold on one second. Those are my notes that I have here. And I want to really look at, because I looked at it a while. Cancer. Okay, let me see. Yeah. Yeah, it's conjunct your MC, which is your career and your public image. So there could be some illusions happening with that. Either because it's opposing the family and a career. So there could be some confusion. Be aware of that, or escapism at work, or some poor boundaries at work. Okay. Let me see what we have. We have the moon. Yeah. So there's some illusions. There's some fears. There's something in the darkness. This also could represent your mom. It also represents Pisces. So it makes me really think of illusions here. And we have the Lovers. Ooh. Oh, okay. So it makes me think, this is Gemini. There's some illusions here when it comes to communication. There's some fear coming on. I'm thinking in a home life. This would be big. The moon represents the home. It represents your safety. Also, there's some insecurities there too. Lovers is dealing more with my Cancer self, because I'm a Sun Cancer, is dealing with relationships. Okay. So I'm thinking it's something with relationships and relationships of the home, that you could be having opposing energy. You need to progress, whatever it is, move forward, don't look back. Not saying to release the relationship, but to let things go and to progress forward. Okay. Don't hold on that baggage of whatever that Cancer fearness that you have going on. Okay. I hope that resonated with you guys. Let me know if you want more questions. I can pull more cards for you, Cancers, because I'm a Cancer Sun. I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, Leos, Venus in the sign Pisces is going to enter the 8th house. Your focus may turn towards deepening your emotional connections with others, because that is not a superficial placement, okay? This is a favorable time to explore your inner deep, healing your past, healing something that's beyond the surface, okay? And having some intimacy and trust. The Cazimi is going to be in the 8th house, so it's going to could be influencing some shared resources, intimacy, leading to a desire of deep spiritual connections. Also, whatever is taboo can come up with this placement. You may be interested in occult or mystical subjects. Let me pull a card for you on my Leos. And I'm using the Tarot of the Bohemian Secrets tarot deck. I have 2 cards. We're going to have some new opportunities when it comes to your body and your resources, or that coin. Let me see, 8th house. Yeah, so that seems like shared resources. So maybe the illusions, or maybe there's a collectiveness that's going to bring you some resources. It's also a heartbreak here. So it makes me think that this money that's given to you is going to be shown here by God. However, it's going to break your heart. So it's something with a partnership with the shared resources that's going to break your heart. What can you do with that? You have the 10 of Pentacles. You can focus on your family and your legacy and your inheritance. So it seems like money's coming your way, but for some reason it's going to break your heart. Maybe there will be a loss because the 8th house does represent death. And I'm not saying that someone's going to die, but something has to end, and it's giving you a rebirth with that 8th house, and it's going to give you finances. I'm not a prophet. Let me know what you think about that. I'm interested to know what's going to happen to you guys, Leos, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Now, Virgos, Venus is in the sign Pisces in your 7th house. That's relationships, that's romance, that's being platonic, also business partners. So it's going to be a great time for connections with the lover. Okay. Now, Cazimi is happening in that same house, so it can enhance your relationships or cause confusion, or you could be over romanticizing someone. There could be deception with a partner, or you may be seeking some spiritual guidance or mystical guidance with a partner, like a psychic reader, not with yourself. Okay. Let me pull some cards for all of my Virgos. We have the Magician. The Magician is the card of Mercury. So a lot of communication needs to happen. Also, you need to, let me see what this next card, Lover. Yeah. So the Lover and Magician, these are major arcana cards, and this is all about communication here. Something has to be communicated. Pisces may not have clear communication, but you need to really communicate something really clear, because that's what that Magician, it likes to manifest with words. Mercury and Gemini is all about words and socializing. So make sure whatever needs to be communicated is clearly communicated. Okay. If you have to write it down twice, write it down twice. If you need to email it, look it up, rewrite it, just take your time and write it out, and then maybe say it or something like that. All right. See you guys next time. Bye. Or maybe check whatever's written twice. Okay, Libra. We have Venus in the 6th house. You may find pleasure and enjoyment in your daily routine, in your daily activity, or with animals, or with your health, or being self-sacrificing. That Neptune, that Cazimi is happening in that 6th house. So this placement can influence your work and health. Routines, possibly idealistic and unrealistic expectations could be happening with your health and your routines. You may be compassionate and empathetic with others. Now, it's going to oppose your ascendant, and it's going to conjunct your descendant. So you have the relationship dynamic, you have self-image and identity, you have spiritual connections. All these are going to be an issue with you. Creative expression also can happen because it's opposing your ascendant. And you could be emotionally sensitive when it comes to yourself. Okay. Let me see. Opposing your ascendant. That Venus is going to be opposing that Cazimi is going to, so illusions with self, okay? Illusions with your self-image and how you are presented to others could be coming off wrong. People might be confused with it. Conjunct your descendant, also they could be confused in a relationship. So, or it could be something spiritual. So be aware of that. Let me pull a card for all my Libras. Hold on one second. Libras, we have the 5 of Cups. Now, Pisces represents loss. So there could be some loss here and some grief, but you are focused on what you lost and not what you have. You need to turn around and see what you have. Don't focus on the negative. Pisces represents lack of energy and also not feeling confident. So don't focus on what you don't have, because it will increase the lack of confidence. Focus on what you do have. I would suggest writing down all the things that make you happy and all the things that God has created for you in your world, and just focus on positivity with this transit. All right. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Okay. Scorpios, let's pull. Well, let me tell you your horoscope. Venus is in the sign Pisces in the 5th house. That's about creativity, happiness, imagination, self-expression, all that could, your creative hobbies could be very heightened. When I had the Venus in my 5th house, I am usually doing a lot of arts and crafts, okay? And I'm into my cricket. So that could be happening, and it's very creative with Pisces. Now, the Cazimi happens there. So you can enhance your creativity or your romance, because it is dealing with romance, but it may also be prone to really idealizing or putting on a pedestal that's like an illusion of your romantic partner. Maybe you have a strong connection with arts and creativity as well. Great time to be creative. Romance, after the Cazimi goes away, I would focus on that romance. But it could be overly romantic, or it can be, it's very focused on the romance though. Okay. We have the Knight of Brooms. The Knight of Brooms is very passionate. There's a lot of fire here. Also, the Knight is very anxious. So it wants to move fast. And I guess go ahead and move fast. Let me see what else we have here. Yeah, this is also like chilling and looking at everything you have, and being very boastful and being very happy. So yeah, maybe this is actually, maybe I'm wrong. This is going to be a happy placement for you. I mean, the fifth house is happy, right? It is the sun. The ruler of the sun is in charge of that. So I think you're going to be happy. You're going to be anxious. You're probably going to be moving fast. A lot of passion, a lot of inspiration happening, and a lot of creativity. So take advantage of this Kazemi that's happening and coming your way, Scorpios. I will see you guys next time. It's very positive. Bye. Okay, Sagittarius. I'm a Sagittarius rising. Welcome. Venus is in our fourth house. So you may feel deep emotional connection to your home life and family. A favorable time for creating a harmonious, nurturing environment. May also feel inspired to beautify your home, right? Now, it's going to be opposing your MC. Actually, let me look at this. Hold on, I'm looking at the chart. I know I haven't showed you. Okay. Let me see. Venus is going to oppose your MC, which is your career and your public image, and it's going to be conjunct that IC, which is home. So really socializing at home and with the family and where you feel safe. Emotional deepness, nurturing relationships, creative and imagination, relationship dynamics, right? The opposing MC can bring a focus on your relationships and how it impacts your public life. Maybe the relationships publicly will be an issue because you are talking about that Venus. Venus also is the planet of harmony and balance, and its transit can bring a sense of peace and contentment in your life, and you may find you more appreciate your beauty and the joy of your home life more than the public life. Okay. There could be some relationship tendencies when it comes to your career. That image, what is that called? Your public image also could be an issue. Okay. Let me see, Sagittarius. Yeah, but it's fine. It's fine. It moves fast. That Kazemi, yeah, everything else is fine. That Mars is also opposing. Mars will be opposing later on the 20th. That's going to be opposing that public image too. A lot of focus on the home for you guys for a while. Okay. We have the sun, very positive, going to be giving birth to something new, something creative. This Venus in Pisces, you're going to be creative at home. Okay. Very positive, giving birth to a new idea is what you get with this. And also pursuing it too, which you have that Mars, and this placement can influence your home life and your family life. Possibly with this Kazemi, it could bring a sense of idealism, and it could be some confusion at home. But the Sun card is very positive, and the Sun is going to focus on the positivity. It's like, I'm outside, but you're in the house. It's that kind of energy. You may feel it's almost like summertime in a house. You may feel a deep connection with your roots and heritage with this too. Okay, I will see you guys next time. Bye. Capricorn, Venus is in the third house, and that's dealing with communication, maybe feeling compassionate with your communication or empathetic or have an empathetic tone. Favorable time with connecting with your siblings and your neighbors, your community. Very creative with writing and speaking, and that will be enhanced, especially with that Kazemi, because that's also going to be the third house, and it can enhance your communication in a creative way. Also make you prone to confusion and deception when it comes to interaction, so be aware of that. You may excel in the fields of writing, poetry, or music. Now that Mercury is going to square your ascendant and your descendant, so that's more like decisions and a lot of decisions, and it could trigger major things when it comes to communication, phone calls, texts, emails, letters, bills, because you are dealing with trade and commerce, right? Be aware of that. Okay, let's see what you have. Also, is very flexible and likes to stay busy. Page of Pentacles, take your time. This is not a major arcana, so take your time when it comes to your resources, your finances, and your body. Take your time, move slow. I'm thinking commerce and business. Okay, so take your time with the page of Pentacles. Also, this is the energy of being very generous. So maybe you have to be generous in your community or generous with your neighbors and your siblings. Okay. Yes, very giving energy too. I will see you guys next time, especially with that Pisces. So yeah, I'm thinking you're going to be very giving when it comes to your neighborhood. See you guys next time. Bye. Okay. Aquarius. Let's see what we have. Venus is in the second house. Your focus may turn towards your financial material possessions. You may find yourself drawn into beautifying things that you're inclined to help you spend money in some way, like almost like a security box that helps you save or something, but making it beautiful. It's important to be mindful of spending with this transit. That Venus and Air can make you overindulge. The Cazimi is also going to be there. So this placement can influence your values and your finances, possibly leading to idealistic and unrealistic views about your monies and your money and possession. You may be generous and compassionate, but be cautious of being taken advantage of. Okay. Let me pull a tarot card for all my Aquarius. I'm mixing the cards here. What are you doing? Hold on one second. Bye. Okay, let me pull a card, and we have the Six of Brooms. You guys are on the stage, right? Especially when it comes to your finances. Let me see in your resources. Let me see. You're on the stage, but this is going to cause you a transition. So maybe you were on the stage because you were Venus in that first house, and now it's coming to that second house. And there's some type of transitioning happening and some healing happening because then you have the Five of Machetes. Is this a Six of Machetes? Yeah, Six of Machetes. Sorry. The Six of Machetes here. And so you were on the stage, and that stage is causing you to have a transition. So it was all about you. Everyone's looking at you. You were being celebrated. You were being honored. And there's a transitioning happening. And it's dealing with your finances or dealing with something with that Venus and beauty in that second house. Okay. And yes, so that is what we have. I hope you guys enjoyed everything. Thank you for staying and watching, or thank you and staying and listening. Because you stayed and listened, I'm going to pull a card just for you, everyone who stayed. Let me pull it. This card is for everyone who's listening. This card is for everyone who's watching. This card is for everyone who stayed. You have a special treat. And we have the Four of Pentacles. You guys, it's time to save money, save your resources. Do not spend it all in one place. Don't hold on too tight to the fact that you can't give, but just save in the right way. Okay. Also, we have the Devil. Okay. So you need to really save when it comes to this materialism. Okay. When it comes to the toxic things that you shouldn't be buying, any type of addictions, you really need to protect your energy, protect your body. Also, is what I get from this. So, because the Pentacles does represent your body and your resources and that physicality, it's a tangible item, which is your body. And the Devil is very toxic, and there is escapism and addictions with the Devil. Also, it represents Capricorn, and Capricorn represents setting some boundaries. So you want to set some boundaries when it comes to your body and your finances. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed everything. Let me see. Hello, Tarot Destroyer. That was for you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us live. Let me see your comments. I miss my turn, God's $1,000,000. You didn't miss your turn. You're here. Thank you for watching. And that reading was for everyone who was here. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.